Hey, Tibbs Blazer Project. Well, welcome to a hot and at least dry Kansas day. It's in the 90s. Don't worry, I got sunscreen on. I'm not that stupid. I made that mistake a few times. But went out today, got a lot of parts. So here's what we're doing today. Got the Dayton out and here at the house. So, got a new battery. Carb's in the garage, I'll get to that in a moment, but we're going to go through, clean up, redo a few things, get some things straightened up, and so forth on the mower, but also in here this bag, hoses, clamps, fuel filters, belts, it's in there. In there is all the parts for the carburetor. Also got some chem dip, which those two pieces here and here are going to sit in along with these two. That way they get fully cleaned up and good to go. Now I'm leaving the float on here because it's brass, and also with as corroded and gunked up as this is, I am for one not wanting to take a risk, so we're going to pop the top after I get some gloves, get those dumped in, and then we'll be out on the mower going through the whole thing, and I mean whole thing as in full service. I got new oil right there on the fender. Check the transmission. Just go through, give it a good once over, clean things up, and hopefully by the time that's done the carb can be rebuilt and we'll see if this thing will fire up. Now I gotta go back to the store, pick up one thing, but that can wait. But one thing we're definitely gonna do is this is going to be coming off. I do not know what the frick possessed someone to put that on there, but that ain't a muffler. We're going to put a proper muffler on it, and I mean a stack pointing up. So let me get off, and I'm going to put some things in the drink, so 1 second. Alright, now I've already popped the top on this. And big time, but this stuff, wear gloves. I am not joking. You do not want to get this shit on your skin. I haven't, but I've seen some people who have, and it is not pretty. So, needle, spring, center part of the carb. Right in the drink. Alrighty, that's done a good job. So let that get down in there. And this piece, we're just gonna stick right like that. May have to do some work on it, but we're gonna have to let that sit for a couple of hours, and we'll see how it comes out. But no, it ain't gonna come off. I'm not gonna try it. Get that off. That's almost all the way in there. Gonna be a little bit of a problem to get out, but at least when it comes out, most of the parts that are needed will be clean. So, I'm gonna start digging a few things out, go out, drain oil and everything, so let's head back to the mower. Alright. Got a new fan belt for the front. Now this one right here will be running the generator. Now before there were alternators, they were known as generators. Still generated electricity, but in amperage. Now I'm going to keep this thing generator because, well, it's already there. These things are known to last, and they can be rebuilt, so we'll see what happens. Now with this, it's pretty simple to get put on. If you can get over the front of the nose. Ah, yes, it goes right in. Now let's get it over the generator. Just roll it on in. Perfect. And it's a nice fit. Bring you guys off and show you what I mean. Damn bugs. But let's see if I can zoom in. Come on, focus. There it is. You can see it fits right and nice in between the pulleys beautifully. Now let's tighten this beast up, and that's part one done. Zoom you back out. Let's tension this thing, and it's very easy. All I need is one wrench. Alright, we got the front pulley on. I mean the front belt on. That's the only one we're putting on right now. I just need to see if it'll run and move. We'll take care of the mower belt another day. I got one on that. Got another one on order. It'll be in tomorrow, along hopefully with an air filter. But let's get this thing tight, which means pull it out. It's got some good tension, and you just tighten it down. Like so. Good amount of play. And all it is one 13mm wrench. That's simple. That's why I like some of these old mowers. I mean, one wrench sometimes get you taken care of. So this back one tightened. There we are. That's the belt now. Let's drain the oil in this thing and see how nasty it is. It still looks clean on the dipstick, but it doesn't hurt to change it. So I'm gonna get that done real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, after doing some errand running and replacing a few things and checking a few things out, here's what I've done in my off time. That's the oil I drained out of the monster. Typical black, no metal shavings, no silver, no nothing, so that's awesome. It's got a quart in it. It says it's full in the dipstick. I don't trust it, but we'll see. New battery, 2 new battery posts on there, which is good. I checked the transmission, it's full, and amazingly it's clear, so that's good. But I gotta turn the key. Nothing. I'm wondering if the starter solenoid's now dead. So I'm going to give it a quick tap. Let's see what we got. Still nothing. So pull the gas tank off and get out the multimeter, and also pull the key switch. So give me some time and let's see if we can probe where this is going. So let's see what we gotta do. I hope I do not have to freaking find a starter for this thing, but that's the fun of buying old mowers. So give me some time and we'll get her done. That's right, she spins free. But there's one problem. We don't have spark. So, needless to say, I gotta tear the front end off, and let's see what we got. I mean, it's flywheel, all of it. But for the most part, it's spinning free like that. That's a major plus. Plus, also, I need a smaller belt than a 1370, so gonna be hunting that tomorrow as well. But for the most part, here's what I'm going to have to fix. Other than the smaller belt, this right here is our problem. It's a safety feature on it. So I'm going to replace that with just a simple dragster style flip switch or kill switch like what I got on Workhorse. And see if I can't find a smaller belt tomorrow, because it's a little loose and it's all the way out, so we'll go from there. But let's check the oil in this thing real quick. Sorry, doing this one-handed. You guys are going all over. Gotcha. Showing about 3/4 to, we're about half full now. So that's good. Ow, you don't want to do that. So plan now is button up out here, clean up tools. We'll work on the fuel system another day, but get the carb done. And I'll be posting photos on Facebook of what progress I do get done and so forth, plus also some cleanup on this thing, which I'm going to enjoy when it finally runs. But it may have points on it, of all things. I'm not too sure, so we'll have to figure that out when it comes down to it. But it doesn't look like the front end's going to be hard to remove. For the most part, got a bolt, another bolt, those 2 screws, and move it off to the side, and then we pull off the front end. So let's see what happens when that happens. But now it's into the garage and rebuild a car. But it spinning over freely like that is so freaking nice. Alright, give me a few. I got a mess to clean up. Well, tubes, bad news. The carb is completely roached, as in when it was left out, it probably was left out in some elements that literally destroyed the internals. And I mean destroyed as in the high-speed needle broke off inside it, and I cannot get the damn thing out, no matter how much soaking or anything I do. So that means I've got to order a whole new carburetor, which is not going to be cheap, but hell, that can wait. I've got to figure out why this thing doesn't have spark first, so that's going to be easier. So the carburetor will have to wait. We'll figure out the spark issue next. Starting to darken up. Gonna get some coals lit. But other than that, today actually was a big success because we got the motor to spin, and pretty soon we'll probably have it running. But 10 to 1, it looks like I'm gonna have to get a new carb, which is not cheap, like I said before, for roughly 200 bucks plus. But hell, when we get it in, it'll be on, and hopefully it will run perfectly. So that's that. Big bummer. I wanted to try and save this thing, but now I got plenty of spare parts, and it is what it is, which sucks. So let's recap of what we've done today. The mower itself, engine spins, got to replace one thing. Other than that, we're good. Oil's changed, hydraulic transaxle fluid is good, so that's a good thing. Carburetor completely destroyed and roached. Oh, freaking well. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Let me show you what I found. This is the high-speed air needle. right there. Broke off and came sliding out, and then the needle there broke off. I did get a spare parts one. Doesn't go in the correct way, so I have got to get a new one, which sucks. But I've got the top piece for a spare. That piece right there is going to be good for some parts, and also, who knows, I may be able to breathe some life into it. But other than that, ain't nothing I can do unless I get on Parts Tree and see if I can get the bottom piece. I'll get online and take a look. But anyhow, I'm gonna call it quits for today. I got some cooking to do and other chores to get caught up on now. But today, big success on the mower. Starts at least to turn over, and everything looks good on it. Carburetor is roached. Next video, we're gonna work on the fuel system and get that out of the way, plus also try and get the front end off, and let's see what we find as far as the ignition system, on why it will not start. So stay tuned for that. So like, subscribe, comment. I'll talk to you all later. I'm calling it a day. Peace out. Follow me on Facebook. Later.